Hi, this is Fumane. Thank you so much for listening to us. Today I'm with a very fascinating guest. I beg your pardon. It has been a long time coming, boy. And finally it's here. We don't have a name for this episode, not even a name for this podcast. Hopefully that will come with time, depending on how this episode goes. Like I said, I'm with a fascinating guest. I don't know if I should ask him questions or go guy Mike and you just kind of just go for it and introduce yourself. But for those of you that don't know, I'm Fumane, 24-year-old male South African, 6 foot, 6 foot, 6 pack coming. Not yet 6 figures. No, it's not there yet. But yeah, that's just me. And there we go.
Well, Neo Fumane here. I think for me to kickstart the conversation.
Sure.
Now I'm more like excited. I'm looking forward to where this journey takes us. To be honest, I didn't want to plan. I think Fumane did want to plan. If you remember, where you were like, we should write down what we can talk about. So I think for me, just to like remove tension.
Yeah.
That maybe I feel from recording, because we've never done it before.
Yeah.
And I thought, we should just go with it and just record the whole conversation and see how is it any different from the conversations we have every day, and the conversations when you're put on the spot where it's like maybe like 50 people are gonna listen to you.
Yeah, 50. I'd say for now, like 2 people.
2 people,
you and me. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I don't know my height, but. I know I'm tall, but but mainly like the focus was to just start and just to begin to kickstart a conversation and see where it goes. But yeah, I think my question to you would be my first question, my first official question.
Your first question of the hashtag unknown unnamed podcast.
Yeah, would be, what are your expectations from this first recording, and expectations, if you have them, from yourself? I think in terms of the things that you might say and things that you might not say, what are the things that you feel that you can share? How much can you share? And just the level of expectation from sharing, because you've shared with those who are close to you.
Sure.
But now to expand the conversation further.
Yeah.
Like, what would you say, or I'm jamming now. You can go on. But yeah, the expectation of this, and the whole conversation, and from your side, because of like, do you feel it will change how you even speak to yourself and to others?
All right. Hopefully, like, I understand the question. So I think I'll go with the first one. The first one is, what are my expectations for this episode particularly? I think for this episode, expectations on my side, boy, are that we kind of get closer to being, obviously never really like fully comfortable with doing this instantly, but we take some step forward with, this is how we do it, and not fully, but like we get sort of like a niche of Rona, like what we want to do. Like, not necessarily how do we adjust ourselves to do a podcast, but more like how do we then adjust this to suit how we kind of talk,
Yes.
because then we want it to sound natural. This is one of the other things with this episode, is like, let's not name it what you said. Let's not name it. Let's not have a topic. Let's just go with it. There's that natural feel.
There's a chemistry.
Yeah, chemistry as well. So I think, yeah, that's my expectation with this episode. It's just getting comfortable, feeling the ground. That's just, I have nothing, obviously, no boma, not even that. There's none of that in my mind. With the second question, what are the expectations for myself in like this, doing the podcast thing? I would say, this is a good question, boy. I'd say expectations for myself. So what I've thought about, even before you and I started in Akauchael, what I've thought about is that I see myself as someone who holds very strong views on things. Like, I think of myself, I don't think I'm like an extremist, deadly like type of person, but in our society now, if you hold certain opinions, you're already like, I don't know. Hey, I didn't want it to be this tough. Like, first episode, we already were more political. But yeah, for some,
Extremist.
yeah, you a bigger. You want to use this term vandaag, but misogynist and all of that stuff. So for holding like some views, say, I guess, may sometimes even be religious views and stuff like that. So coming into this, I've thought about it. It's gonna be a very tough. How do you put this? Like, it's gonna be a very tough thing to find my footing, and like very fine line to tread it out, because, let's be honest, somewhat all of us have this, some more than others, we have this thing of wanting to impress. For some people it's greater in some people than in others, but there is that thing of wanting to be accepted. Let me put it like that, not impressed, wanting to be accepted, validated, right? So now I'm thinking, hey man, I know this opinion. Every time that I've voiced it, or when I've voiced it this way, it hasn't been met with yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I didn't get that positive reaction from people. So how can I best put it? So that's my expectation. I'm thinking, no, let me not say that's my expectation. Rather, let me say that's something that I'm like thinking about a lot. I wonder if I'll be as honest as I am when it's just you and I off the writings, and we're not in the. I mean, no one's gonna listen to this. I don't think, but if you listen to this, like, yeah, I guess, like, to use a woke term, shout out. If you if you listen to this one,
shout out to the
yeah, if you're gonna listen to this one, but yeah, just the thought of someone is gonna listen to this. I don't know. I just feel like the idea of performing, it changes something about you. In all of us, there's something that changes in you when you know you're performing for a crowd. So I don't know I don't know if I've answered that, but I just think I'm fascinated to see how I will. But it's something I'm going in trying to be as honest as I can, and I've been going for like a long time now. If you have a question, I don't know. Or maybe you now want
I think I'll just comment, maybe then you'll ask a question. But on my side, I think this is like low key expectation of like, okay, now are you going to change? You know, are you going to change your tone? Are you going to change your pitch? I almost made an inside joke.
Go for it. I mean, there's only.
Like never snares now. Whatever. So anyway. So, but for now, I think there is that like hidden expectation, because it's like our first step into this. I think you once said, Hori, you were quoting twin Kevin Samuels, or we learn as we fly.
Yeah.
And
thanks for giving away the album. My secret in thousands. Thanks, bro.
we'll edit that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that it's something that is important for now, because I think we've always wanted to like have some sort of documentation or like a recording of something, of conversations that we've had. And I believe if we had recordings even back then, like even if we was a phone,
sure,
the problem was like 4-hour conversations, so we had to.
But also, would we have said the things that we said the same way? But no, go on.
I think so we were going to see.
If we knew phone is on, it's recording right now, would they have gone?
Definitely have changed something about it, because we were young and we were more prone to trying to entertain or come across a certain way, or whether it's cool, like I want to come across as a gentleman, that I treat women a certain way, like with respect and and dignity. And then on the other side, you want to maybe come across as a cool kid, or whatever that image that you have about yourself. So I think it's one of my, I wouldn't say worries, but maybe it just makes me wonder, like, will I change any part of me, And like you're saying, you have strong views. So now it's like, even with those strong views, will they influence the other speaker? Or is it your goal to influence the other speaker? Or is it your goal to get to get your point across?
Sure.
Or is it to impose? Or is it to so there's like different routes. So for me, without being all over the place, and so that I can pass on the mic, I think I look forward to like what we're gonna come up with, whatever product we come up with. We're probably gonna be dipping in and out of certain topics.
Quick one, Mama. Some podcasts were wrongly titled. You thought we were going to talk about this topic, and then you thought you were, I get what you mean.
So for me, like I repeat that I'm looking forward to it, and I want to see Linda, like, what is it, what are Linda my values, and what are the things that I hold in, pressures, or that are important to me, to further explore myself in, I think in a selfish way, to further explore like my thoughts, and to also maybe you want to vent. Maybe you just want to vent.
Say that,
Maybe you just want to vent and you get your opinion across. But also, there's also another part, where a level to it, where you want to maybe reach a certain audience. It's like you want to have a certain conversation, because I think we once spoke about it, Jorge. There are certain people that don't get to meet in a lifetime, and it's because of maybe how we are painted in the media, Jorge. Someone who dropped out, and someone who's like a PhD cannot meet. So there's that world where it's like it's divided, and it's like you're not supposed to interact with any of those people, rich or poor, okay, I'll just mention white or black, because for me it's just the importance of having that conversation of like, why is there a misunderstanding, and is there a misunderstanding? Is it caused by whatever that we consume, or is it that where we come from, the homes that we are from? So I think I'll end it there before I go any further.
All right. Okay, cool.